Welcome back to The Big Show. It's Alex Belfield talking to my favourite people, and everybody knows I love a great musical, and let's face it, there's no better musical than Les Miserables, and I was delighted to be invited to go to the 25th anniversary recording of this spectacular musical, and I met a man and saw a man who blew me away. Alfie Boe, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you, Alex. Nice to talk to you.
I think my favourite experience in a theatre ever was seeing you as Jean Valjean in Les Miserables. I've never heard a voice like it, seriously.
Oh, man, that's very, very, very kind of you to say that. Thank you so much for that.
What is it? Is it the fact that I want to cry when I hear you because it's so beautiful? Is it the purity of the voice? Is it the training? What is it?
I really don't know, man. I mean, I just try and sing as naturally as I possibly can. You know, I use the voice that I've been blessed with for a long time, and I just try and communicate with the audience that I'm performing to, and hopefully they have some sort of experience when they listen to me, and that's all I try and do, really.
I've seen ovations over the years. I've been very lucky to see minute-long, 2-minute-long ovations, but the ovation after Bring Him Home, I've never heard anything like in my life. Had you?
No, I mean, I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. It was a wonderful surprise, because at the end of the song, my face is just one. I think the show is just going to carry on. I just think that I've finished my song. I'm going to get my applause. It's going to quieten down, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the show. But it didn't. It just continued and continued, and then there was an element of it stopping to a degree, and then all of a sudden there was another wave of applause, and before I knew it, 20-odd thousand people were on the feet, and I didn't notice until the last moments. I think when the light was dimming, I basically blew a kiss to everybody, because I had to break character to appreciate what they were doing for me, and I was very, very honoured, and I'm glad that I could give them that sort of experience. You'll see it in the DVD. Which is out next Monday. It's coming out on Blu-ray as well, so you'll actually get the whole experience of the atmosphere inside the arena. And you know, it's an amazing production, an amazing DVD to watch.
It is tricky, isn't it? Because we know it's not a proper show. We're hearing the music and we're watching you do it, but there's another energy to that, isn't there? There
is, yeah. I mean, we couldn't really have a fully interaction with each other on stage. We had to, when we were communicating in a certain scene, if I was singing to Javert, for example, I couldn't face him. I had to direct everything out into the auditorium for the cameras, you see. So I was listening. It was a really good exercise, because it developed your listening skills immensely, you know. I was listening to everything my colleague was saying, Norm Lewis, and taking on board all his angst and all the thing he was putting across in the line, and you had to react subtly, and you really had to feel it hit you without having any real interaction, and it was a great exercise to play, really, you know, to do.
Do you ask yourself why you? When I look at that cast, I mean, they've got Matt Lucas in there, of course, one of the biggest stars of comedy. Norm Lewis, I just interviewed on Broadway. He was in Little Mermaid, and Lea Salonga, she was in Flower Drum Song years ago, and I saw her. They really did pick the crop and chose the best, and of course, you were the headliner of all that. Do you ask yourself why?
I every day, I think why me? You know, they had wonderful Valjeans who've played this role over the years, and then, you know, they decide to choose myself. I think I hope really I brought a different element to the role. I think that's why this show has been running for so many years, is because each person that has played this character has brought something new to the role and new to the show. So that's why this show has been running for that long, and it's kept it alive. And that goes for every character in the piece. You know, every person that's played Javert, every person that's played Fantine or Cosette has always brought something new to the role. So it's a great show for that. So I'm hoping that I did the character justice and did the performance justice and brought something different.
I mean, let's face it, this show never fails to move you. It is a bit depressing. At the end of the show, all the cast are dead and they're the lucky ones. That's the old joke, isn't it? But there's something about this music. Will you indulge me with Bring Him Home? Let's play that track.
Yeah, sure, of course. That'd be great.
What a song. What a musical. Bring Him Home, Les Miserables, BBC. Oh, no, I better not say which station I'm on because I'm on about 20. Right, let's try that again. What a song, what a musical. Bring Him Home here on your favourite local radio station. It's Alex Belfield talking to Alfie Boe, who's in the new DVD, which was at the O2. It was a spectacular night. Just that feeling of 18,000 people looking at you, listening on your every word. Can you describe how that feels?
Oh, man, it's incredible. I mean, when you walk out on the stage, you can't ignore the amount of people that are out there or the space that you're playing. A lot of people say, do you just block it? Do you just blank the audience? Do you just blank the size of the arena? And I think if you do that, then that's a slippery path. You have to really embrace it. And by the end of the evening, that arena felt like my front living room. You know, it's an incredible thing to experience. But again, you'll see that on the DVD. The whole audience were on. It was as though they were on stage with you. The whole arena became a stage.
Is there ever a moment where you stand there in the back and think, I can't do this? Because there's an incredible pressure to get it right, and a lot of people are going to notice if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, you go through elements of doubt. But that's the pre-show nerves. I mean, you all nerves is just wanting to do well and wanting to achieve your goal. Performances are going to differ from one to another, and you're not really going to. They're going to be good in their own way, but you'll never really, as an artist, you'll never really be satisfied with what you do. Well, I certainly am not. I always want to achieve to do better, to strive to do better.
That saddens me in a way, because I wonder whether you enjoyed it as much as we did. I want to think that you could take what we did from your performance. Yeah. How do you keep that in balance?
I have to say that I loved every single minute. It was the highlight of my career.
Oh, good.
Without a doubt to say that. And I did. I loved every single minute. I loved every person in that audience because I felt connected with every single one of them.
Yeah.
You know, especially after the ovation that I got from Bring Him Home. I really felt like I was playing to friends.
What also is really interesting about those gigs, I think they're very exposing because the PA systems are so loud and big, and I think there was something like a 600-piece orchestra. How big was it? It was enormous, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was a huge band.
Just very quickly on that, is there any better thrill for a singer to have a live band behind you of that size? Because that's completely unique in show business.
It is. I mean, wow. I think. I've sung with so many orchestras in my career. That was something else to have a band that size and have that volume blasting behind you. That was incredible. I mean, again on an intimate level of performing, recording is always recording your own albums is always a very special event. You know, because you get to. It's just you and the orchestra, so it really is a small, tight-knit team of people. For example, I've just finished recording my new album, which came off the back of the O2 concert. It's called Bring Him Home, and that's released on the 27th of December.
What's the point of that then? You've missed the Christmas rush.
I know. Well, it's for everybody who gets the record vouchers and things, and it's like you know they say oh I should have got my uncle that, or I should have got my aunt this, you know, and so they'll think Alfie Boe's album. So all the albums that they get for Christmas, they'll be able to take them back
and swap it for yours.
Exchange it for mine. Do you know what I mean?
That's smart.
That's how it works.
I like that. I just want to talk a bit about you before we go, and then I'm going to be more gloating about this DVD and the CD as well, which is out for Les Miserables. Where are you from? And how did you get here? It seems to me like the Russell Watson story, where just one day you were born singing and the next day we all wanted to listen to you.
Well, I'm originally from Lancashire, Fleetwood in Lancashire, just north of Blackpool. But I've been singing since I was probably about 14 years old, in amateur productions and local amateur operatics and things like that. And it was at the age of probably 19 that I decided to try and aim to become a professional singer. And I auditioned for a company called the D'Oyly Cart Opera Company, off the recommendation of a customer that I was working for in a car factory.
That's not rhyming slang, is it, Alfie?
No.
I'm just wondering.
But I was singing away in the factory that I worked at, and was advised by the customer whose car I was working on at the time. I worked in a car factory. Said, you know, you should become a professional singer. You've got a good voice. And I'd had a few other people tell me this, and it was on my mind all the time. How do I get into the business? How do I break into this? And so I auditioned for a company called the D'Oyly Carte Opera Company and went on a national tour with them. Got taken on, went on a national tour, and from that I decided to go and have formal training. So I went to the Royal College of Music, then the National Opera Studio, and studied for 5-6 years to become a professional opera singer. I wanted to take the voice as far as I could go. And I've worked with many opera companies around the world, and this is my break into musical theatre, my little venture into musical theatre now, taking part in the Les Mis. And I've got to say, it is the highlight of my career. It's the best thing I've ever done. And
trust me, not all musical theatre is as good as that performance of Les Miserables at the O2. Trust me. Go and see Mamma Mia. You won't be saying the same thing.
I can say that exactly. I can say that about opera as well. You know, there's some fantastic operas out there, but there's some absolutely dreadful ones.
Some shockers.
Yeah.
It seems to me that you were born singing. When I hear your voice, I don't believe you can be trained whatsoever to do what you did that night. You were born singing. Maybe you've got better. There's definitely a gift, isn't there?
I think you are given an ability. You are given a gift to perform, whether it's a dancer or whether it's a singer or whatever. You know yourself. You're a presenter. But you just work on the talent that you're given to achieve your goals and to improve, to get better. And I never stop learning. I'm constantly learning and striving to do better.
In terms of this DVD, I've been really nice about it, and I was there. Is it one of these where they're going to say, well, you had to be there? Because I've seen the DVD, and honestly, it's amazing. But it wasn't amazing as being there, because the live thing is where you're at, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, live performance is something else. You know, it really is something else to experience it firsthand. But the technology that they have with the DVD, with it being in high definition, and also the Blu-ray, which is just incredible technology, you really do experience the same feeling and the same event. I mean, people that have come up to me and said they went to the cinema and saw it on the big screen, and they were in tears as well. It was almost like they were there. The amount of people that I've spoken to said the audience were on their feet in the cinema. They were applauding as though they were in the auditorium. So I think you do get the same experience from the DVD as you would do at the live concert.
All right then, Alfie, here we go. I think, having seen you live in that, and never seen you live before, although I've heard your CDs, I think you're our greatest tenor ever. You have got a voice like no other. I have never heard a voice like it live. I'm not just saying this because you're on. I've had 82 stars on since August talking about their new releases, and this has to be the greatest of them all. I've never heard a voice like it. I've never seen a show like it. I've never seen an orchestra on that scale like it. Phenomenal. I don't know how many nice things to say about you, Alfie, truly.
Alex, thank you so much. That means so much.
Let's have a beer sometime. Congratulations on the new DVD and the CD. It's called Les Miserables, 25th anniversary special, and it's out now, and it is just breathtaking, as are you. Alfie Boe's new album's out at the end of December. Will you come on again?
I would love to, Alex. Anytime you want me to.
Great to talk to you. Alfie Boe.
Thank you, Alex.